If you feel like your confidence has slipped in the last little while, then I would encourage you to get back to the gym or back to doing some strength training on a regular basis, because as soon as you do that, it will turn your confidence up and make a huge difference to how you feel every day, how you are perceived by everybody else. You will walk into the room and people will be able to recognize that you are ready to go, that you are a leader, and that you've got something that most people don't carry with them. So maybe you want to look good in a suit, and that's great. Maybe you just want to feel good in yourself. When you feel fit, healthy and strong, it changes how you present yourself to the world on the outside in such a massive way, because you are filled with an inner confidence. So there are a few things you want to do when you are doing strength training as a man who wants to show confidence. The V-taper is a big one. So we're talking narrower waist, bigger shoulders. If you can work on your shoulders, especially your side delts, to build some extra size that way, that is going to make a difference. If you can build your upper back where you are holding a lot more muscle, that holds your posture in a nice tall position. The better your posture, the better you are perceived by everybody else as healthy, as a leader, as someone who can hold their own. And it doesn't take much, but a lot of the time when people are training in the gym, it is about the muscles that you can see, your chest, your quads, your abs. And while these things are important, neglecting other areas doesn't work in the long run. So make sure you get those side delts, make sure you get that upper back, and that's going to help with not only giving you that V-taper, but just getting you in that nice tall posture. And that posture is what signifies leadership and confidence straight up. Now, if you want to go a step further, you can go and train your neck and your traps. Your neck, if you have a thick neck, that indicates a big strength sort of thing. Big traps, same sort of thing. Now, it's going to take probably a whole lot more time to be able to build up if you have not been doing much strength training for a while, but these sort of things you'll see on wrestlers and fighters, and they instantly have respect because they look like they can handle themselves. They look like they have that confidence. It just oozes out of them. So if you are ready to step things up a little bit, some neck training is great, but you just don't want to overdo it, especially to start with. The neck muscles, they take a little bit of getting used to. They do not handle the same sort of load as most other muscles, especially when they are not trained, because they are not designed that way for most things. What about your stomach? Are you carrying a spare tire, or are you actually doing pretty well in that stomach department? Because the slimmer your stomach is, the better everything else looks. Unfortunately, you can't just go, all right, well, I want to lose the fat off my stomach and everywhere else doesn't matter. It's generally the last place to go, especially on guys. That's where we tend to hold it. So if you can work on dropping your calories down or improving your food sources, getting 10 to 20,000 steps a day and getting some regular strength training in there, making sure your diet is on point, then that is going to get that body fat percentage down and get your abs to a place where they look a whole lot better. Now, I'm not saying you have to go and get a six-pack or have visible abs even. Just getting the waist down, getting rid of a belly makes a huge difference in how you look and more so how you feel. So this might take you 3, 6, 12 months. It might take you a few years depending on where you're at. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that you get started and that you stay consistent with it. Because if you can have abs, you are probably in the top 0.1% of the world. There are very few people that actually have abs in their entire life. If you are a boss who has a six-pack, you are in elite category, and you will be respected by everybody. Everybody will see that on you, and your confidence will shine through. So regardless of the end goal, whether you want to get to that point where you actually have a six-pack or you just want to lose the spare tire, it's going to make a huge difference in your confidence. But you've got to get started, and you've got to be consistent with it. So a tailored suit is a nice thing. What if you could tailor your muscle, your size, how you wanted to look? Well, you can. Specific training programs will build muscle in particular ways. Do you want to look like an athlete? Do you want to look like a bodybuilder? Do you want to look like a marathon runner? Do you want to look like a rock climber? All of these things are very specific to their sport or their training style. So you decide how you want to look, and then you train in that manner. If you want to look like a rock climber, but you're training like a bodybuilder because bodybuilding workouts are just what the trainer gives you, then you ain't going to be happy by the end of it. You're going to be frustrated because you're going to look a different way. You're going to be rejecting what everyone says. So choose your path, choose your end goal, and train accordingly for that. It's absolutely stupid to do something that is different, that doesn't match up with it. At the end of the day, if you find that it's just too difficult to find the right program, well, you can just get started on a basic bodyweight calisthenics type program. I've got one of those in our members area that you can access for free. It is the Muscle and Metabolism Challenge, 21 days just to get started. You could repeat it multiple times if you wanted to, but that's just using your body weight, some cheap exercise bands, some gymnastics rings or a TRX suspension trainer, that sort of thing. And you can do these at home. Doesn't take much time at all, but it's going to start helping you build muscle in the way that you want. Of course, if you really want to build muscle, then you've got to tune your diet in for that. If you're not sure where to start with that, also in our members area, you can get this for free too. This Naked Nutrition is there. That's a meal plan and recipe guide that I put together for my personal training clients somewhere around 12-15 years ago. Still use it to this day. It'll tell you everything you need to know and what you got to do to get there. Is it easy? Absolutely not. None of this is easy, but you just have to get started with it. If you spend 10 minutes a day looking into this and reading, studying, practicing, 10 minutes, then you're going to be completely on board with what's going on and what you've got to do. And once you do know that, then it's just a matter of executing the plan. Most of the time I just tell people to get started. Doesn't matter if you are getting it perfect from the start. What matters is that you keep showing up and do it consistently. So if you can get in there and train on a regular basis, great. It's only going to help you get more interested in training as you feel your body changing, as you see your body changing, as you feel different, as your energy goes up. You might find, oh, I'm not getting quite the results that I want. I'm not putting on the muscle that I'd like to. So you have to go and do a little bit more study. Well, everything is sitting there ready for you if you want it. Main thing you need to do is just decide what you want to do. And if you're not sure, like I said, just start with the Muscle and Metabolism Challenge so you can get started. And that way you can start building muscle and burning fat at the same time. Yes, that is possible. Don't ever think that it is one of those things that is just an illusion. It's not actually real. You can do these things. It's just if your specific goal is muscle building, then you can get better results focusing on just that one thing. If your primary goal is fat loss, you can get better results focusing on just that one thing. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you choose. So every time you invest time, energy, and money in your body, this shows to the world who you are. It shows I am serious about my health, about my fitness, about my life. I am disciplined, I am in control, I can do hard things. These are all leadership qualities. The more you can commit to this, the more other people will see it in you, the more you will feel better about yourself, the better your clothes will fit, or you might have to replace them. Not a bad problem to have. you'll probably find that your relationships improve, or if you're not in a relationship, your ability to find a relationship will improve. You basically win. There's very little downside to gaining more muscle. Maybe you've got to eat a little bit more. Maybe you've got to upgrade your wardrobe. Maybe you've got to fend off the girls because they're throwing themselves at you. Problems, but no real problems, right? So go and lift some weights, do some strength training, get yourself in the best shape of your life, and everything improves around you. Your business, your relationships, your self-confidence, your mental and emotional state changes. You win. You can't lose. So the minimum with this, lift weights twice a week, do some sort of strength training twice a week. Doesn't matter if you do it at home, doesn't matter if you do it at the gym. What matters is that you do it. On top of that, I would prefer you are walking for at least an hour every day. Everyone says 10,000 steps. Again, it's all relative. 10,000 is a minimum, but it's what some people have set as, yes, that's great. You've got to find out what's achievable as well. How can you fit it into your day? One of the reasons that I am walking around in the park with the camera is so I can get extra steps in my day. I can get them in early, leaves me feeling good, lifts my energy, drops my stress. Why wouldn't I want to do that as part of my day, as part of my regular routine? Because not only is it helping to burn fat, it is helping to improve your circulation, to flush out any of the toxins in your system, get you out in the fresh air, sunshine, living your best life. And for me, this is lifestyle. This is how I want to live my life. So it's important for you to be able to find a place or decide that you want to have that lifestyle where you are fit, healthy, strong, moving on a regular basis. There's no downside to it. It takes a bit of discipline, but there's no downside. You only feel better. Big problem to have. So if you're not sure where to get started, as I said, go to the members area. Go and look at the 21-day muscle and metabolism challenge. Go and flick through Naked Nutrition. If you don't want to read it, you can listen to it. I recorded talking through the entire book just so you can play it in the background. You've got to get the information in somehow. Do whatever the easiest way is, but you've got to get started. Talk soon.